It first started in Michigan. Then it spread to South Carolina, Florida, Minnesota, Ohio, and beyond. Anti-lockdown protests are popping up everywhere. These demonstrators are sick of staying at home and are demanding their governors open the states back up.
Open New Jersey now! Open New Jersey now!
I don't begrudge anyone's right to protest. This is America. We all have First Amendment rights, and I don't begrudge that at all. I really wish they would do it at home, because just driving over here, I could see that they're congregating, and that's the last thing we need right now.
The state of Georgia, with at least 28,000 positive cases and 1,174 deaths, took the lead by reopening hair salons, gyms, and bowling alleys as part of their Phase 1 recovery plan. But President Trump was not so pleased with Governor Kemp's decision.
Mike was there. I said, you do what you think is best. But if you ask me, am I happy about it? I'm not happy about it, and I'm not happy about Brian Kemp.
So why are people so eager to go back to work? Some say that closing businesses is causing too much lost revenue, including Mayor of Las Vegas, Carolyn Goodman, who, in an interview with CNN's Anderson Cooper, says she volunteers Las Vegas as a control group.
So you don't believe there should be any social distancing? You don't believe that this is
Of course I believe there should be. Of course.
How do you do that in a casino?
That's up to them to figure out. I don't own a casino. I don't know anything
Wait a
about
minute. I'm sorry. You're the mayor of Las Vegas, and
Yes.
you want casinos to be open, even though you have no authority, thankfully,
Yes.
over casinos. But
Yes.
you say open them up, but you have no responsibility about how that would be done safely?
No, you're blurring. No, you're blurring.
You said it's
I'm
not your
going
job.
There. I am not a private owner of a hotel. I wish I were. And I would have the cleanest hotel with 6 feet figured out for every human being who comes in there.
This isn't just happening in the U.S. I'm here in downtown Vancouver, where a few dozen of protesters are getting ready to march down the streets and urge the BC government to lift the stay-at-home orders.
Canadians may be known for their politeness, but they certainly did not lag behind their southern neighbors in this #NoMoreLockdowns movement. Some protesters even brought their children along to amplify the message.
I think the individual needs to take their power back. I think there's way too much belief, as you're stating, in trusted sources. Who told us who to trust? That's been indoctrinated into us all our life. Viruses aren't actually contagious. Viruses cannot be transmitted through air. Viruses can't even be transmitted through touch. The only way a virus can be transmitted is through injection or blood transfusion.
Here you go, it's a scam, damn it. The numbers are fudged. The World Health Organization is lying to you. The CDC is lying to you. Everyone's pretty much lying to you. And the media. It's a virus.
The protest drew close to 100 people, none of them abiding by social distancing measures or wearing face coverings. And when confronted by opposing opinions, things got tense.
Or what? 6 feet on what? I'm gonna take your do.
Event organizer Susan Stanfield says that the government should expect more noise in the coming weeks as they protest the advice of provincial health officials.
Well, honestly, I don't think the health experts know. All the way from China to WHO to our Bonnie Henry, they don't know exactly what's going on. So this is kind of an experiment. That's what I think. If you're sick, if you're weak, take care of yourself. But the big message is let everybody else be free.
As of May 13th, British Columbia has a total of 2,374 confirmed cases and 132 deaths. Though this number is significantly lower than many states in the U.S., health officials still have not given a date to which the province can reopen. Catherine Harrison, professor of political science at the University of British Columbia, says she is not surprised that there is such resistance against government warnings.
I think there has been a growth over probably at least a 10-year period in rejection of science. And, we have seen the emergence over a much longer time of a movement to reject climate change science. And that is one that has really been given a boost by funding from the fossil fuel industry and by reinforcement from many Republican politicians. In fact, almost all Republican and politicians. We have also seen an anti-vaxxer movement of parents not vaccinating their children, not believing what public health officials and their own family physicians are telling them. And so in that context, where you've got this outright rejection of basic scientific consensus by government leaders in many cases, it's not surprising that there is this movement that is questioning science, questioning the experts.
So a lot of them are saying that the government shouldn't have control over what they do, and they shouldn't be able to tell them to stay at home, and that they should just have the freedom to go to work if they want to. How do you react to that?
It's dangerous. It's ill-informed, and it's also dangerous. Even those, sort of hardcore libertarians would accept limitations on one's liberty when it hurts someone else. My liberty ends when my fist hits your face. And in the case of a virus that is highly contagious and very dangerous, there are reasons that we would restrict individuals' liberties. And that is true in Canada or the US. I do think that there is a stronger political culture emphasizing individual liberty in the US. It's a country that was born of revolution.
A revolutionary spirit that lives on even in Suffolk County, Long Island, a county with one of the highest infection rates in the country of more than 38,000 cases. Governor Andrew Cuomo did not hesitate to hit back at the demonstrators.
They said the cure is worse than the illness. The illness is death. How can the cure be worse than the illness if the illness is potential death?
The state's lockdown orders are due to expire on May 15th, but currently, no region meets all the criteria for a safe reopening. As Cuomo tweets, there's still a lot of work to do. For NYU Now, I'm Cecilia Hua.